Want a muscle car that's appreciating faster than your 401k? Look no further than the 446 pack. 425 horsepower on paper, but anyone who's felt a brutal acceleration of a 446 pack knows that number is a lie. These engines are monsters. Gearheads, today we're tearing into the legendary 446 pack machines. Buckle up, it's going to be a tough ride. Let's kick things off with a true icon, the 1970 Dodge Challenger RT 446 pack. This car was a game changer, screaming muscle with its aggressive stance and those iconic lines. Under the hood, the legendary 440 V8 with the 6-pack setup, 3 2-barrel carbs feeding this beast. Officially rated at 390 horsepower, it felt way stronger. Imagine cruising down the highway, then giving it a nudge. Boom, you're pinned back in your seat thanks to the incredible responsiveness of those 6 barrels. We're talking low to mid 6 second 0 to 60 mile per hour time. Blistering for the era. You could get this beast with a 4-speed manual, amplifying the thrill. And those hood scoops, not just for show, they fed fresh air to that hungry engine, hinting at the raw power beneath. The 1970 Challenger RT 446 pack was filled with style, performance, and serious attitude. A true classic. Now, speaking of raw power and iconic styling, let's jump into another legend, the 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner. This bad boy screamed raw performance without emptying your wallet. Now, when you check the box for the 446 pack, you are getting serious performance. We're talking about the legendary 440 cubic inch V8 featuring 3 2-barrel Holley carburetors. That's 6 barrels of pure American muscle feeding this beast. This setup, often referred to as the 6-pack by Dodge and 6 BBL by Plymouth, was a game changer. It allowed for incredible throttle response and a massive surge of power when you needed it. We're talking about a car that could rip off 13-second quarter-mile times straight off the showroom floor. Think about that for a second. That's incredibly quick, even by today's standards. This wasn't some stripped-down racer either. It was a street-legal beast. Part of what made the Roadrunner so quick was its focus on lightweight design. They didn't load it up with unnecessary extras. It was about putting power to the ground efficiently. Combined with its aggressive styling, that iconic beak and those bold stripes, it became a favorite among drag racers and street racers alike. It just looks fast standing still. Next, let's dive into one of the most recognizable cars of all time. A true legend, the 1970 Dodge Charger RT. And we're not just talking about any Charger RT, we're talking about the ultra-rare 446 pack version. Hold on to your hats because only 116 of these beasts were ever built. That makes it as rare as it is powerful. This Charger RT was a complete package. It combined those sleek, aggressive lines, that iconic Coke bottle shape with a powerful engine that delivered some serious punch. We're talking 390 horsepower and a whopping 490 pound-feet of torque. That's enough to light up the tires at will. Imagine sliding behind the wheel of one of these. You turn the key, that 440 roars to life, and you instantly feel the presence. Driving this beauty means commanding respect on the road. It's not just about getting from A to B, it's about making a statement. 0 to 60 miles per hour was dispatched in the mid 5-second range, making it a serious contender both on the street and the track. But wait, there's even more automotive greatness to explore. Let's move on to one of the most unique cars ever built, the 1970 Plymouth Superbird. This wasn't just a muscle car, it was a rolling experiment in aerodynamics, a street-legal NASCAR racer. I mean, just look at that thing. That massive rear wing, that elongated nose cone, it's unlike anything else on the road. The Superbird was built with one thing in mind, pure, unadulterated speed. And to achieve that, they equipped it with the legendary 446 pack. So it wasn't just all show, it had the go to back it up. We're talking about the same potent 440 cubic inch V8 with those 3 2-barrel carbs, pumping out around 390 horsepower and close to 500 pound-feet of torque. With that kind of power and its aerodynamic advantage, the Superbird could hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in the mid 5-second range. It was designed to dominate the track, and it brought that same spirit to the streets. The combination of its striking, almost cartoonish appearance and that raw, untamed power makes the Superbird a true collector's item today. It's a symbol of a time when manufacturers weren't afraid to push the boundaries and create something truly outrageous. If you ever get the chance to see one of these in person, trust me, you won't forget it. It's a truly unforgettable experience. But what if the 446 pack advertised 390 horsepower was a deliberate lie? Whispers remain of a phantom batch of just 440 cars, secretly enhanced by Chrysler to dominate NHRA superstock racing in the late 60s. This isn't official history, it's the stuff of backroom deals. Legends speak of these ghost cars fitted with experimental aluminum heads, a lightweight intake, and a radical cam, boosting power by an estimated 50 horsepower. This alleged factory-sanctioned cheating still ignites heated debates. The controversy intensifies with rumors that some of these super-tuned six-packs remain undiscovered. The only clues, it's said, are a unique casting number on the aluminum heads not found in any official documentation, and a cryptic aluminum tag hidden under the intake. This tag, if it exists, is the ultimate proof, a smoking gun that could rewrite Mopar history. The very idea of such a secret operation, possibly still hidden, makes this an explosive topic. Now, we can't talk about legendary 446-pack cars without mentioning the 1970 Dodge Super Bee. The Super Bee was all about giving you that thrilling muscle car experience without emptying your wallet. It was the working man's performance machine. And when you opted for the 446-pack, you were getting a serious bang for your buck. This wasn't just some warmed-over small block. This was the real deal. We're talking about the same potent 440 cubic inch V8 with those three 2-barrel carburetors turning out around 390 horsepower and close to 500 pound-feet of torque. That's enough grunt to get you into some serious trouble in a good way, of course. With that kind of power on tap, Super Bee could easily hold its own against the best from Ford and Chevy. We're talking 0 to 60 mile/hour times in the mid 5-second range, making it a genuine street racer. It looked fast, and it delivered on that promise. The Super Bee's combination of raw power and affordability made it a huge hit, especially with younger drivers who wanted to make their mark on the streets. It was a car that represented freedom, power, and a whole lot of fun. Now that we've talked about a performance bargain, let's switch gears and discuss one of the most stylish muscle cars in history. The legendary Plymouth Barracuda, or as everyone knows it, the Cuda. This car is a true icon, a name that instantly conjures images of raw power and classic muscle car style. And the 1970 Cuda, especially when packing the 446-pack, is arguably the most desirable of them all. The Cuda combined aggressive styling with serious performance, making it a true head-turner. Under the hood, we find that familiar beast, the 440 cubic inch V8 with those three 2-barrel carbs, delivering around 390 horsepower and close to 500 pound-feet of torque. That's enough to get this machine moving in a hurry. With that kind of power, the Cuda could launch from 0 to 60 miles/hour in the mid 5-second range, which was blistering for the time. It wasn't just about straight-line speed. The Cuda also handled surprisingly well for a muscle car of its era. It was a complete package, a true driver's car. The Cuda has a rich racing history, further cementing its place in automotive lore. It's a symbol of American automotive passion, a car that embodies the spirit of the muscle car era. It's no wonder these cars are so sought after by collectors today. Finally, now that we've covered some of the most iconic muscle cars ever built, let's wrap things up with something truly unique in our lineup. The 1970 Plymouth Sport Fury GT with the 6 BBL option. Now, this isn't your typical stripped-down lightweight muscle machine. This is a full-size luxury car, a land yacht if you will. But don't let its size fool you. There's some serious muscle hiding beneath all that chrome and plush interior. Under the hood, we find the familiar 440 cubic inch V8, this time with Plymouth's 6 BBL setup, the same three 2-barrel carburetors we've been talking about. This meant around 390 horsepower and close to 500 pound-feet of torque, just like its more compact siblings. So, even though it was a big car, it could still move when you put your foot down. Now, it wasn't going to set any quarter-mile records against the Cuda or a Roadrunner. Its 0 to 60 time was likely in the high 6-second or low 7-second range due to its size and weight. But the sheer grunt of that 440, that massive wave of torque, made it a blast to drive. It was all about effortless cruising and surprising bursts of acceleration. This blend of luxury and performance makes the Sport Fury GT a really interesting choice for collectors today. It's a bit of an outlier, a unique piece of muscle car history that proves you can have both comfort and power in one package. So there you have it, gearheads, 7 legendary cars powered by the iconic 446-pack engine. Each one has its own story and legacy in automotive history, showcasing what makes American muscle cars so special. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and please make sure you've watched our previous video, the top 10 muscle cars you should never buy and why as well. I'll see you in the next one.